Hey, good morning and happy Saturday. Thanks for joining me on the KOCO Facebook page as well as the Meteorologist Taylor Cox KOCO Facebook page. Okay, I can hear my audio, which means you should be able to hear my audio as well. Happy Saturday. What a gorgeous view out there this morning. There's downtown Oklahoma City, and then we have a blanket of clouds on top of us. Now, let me think here. This would be a blanket that has a few holes in it. Maybe like a crocheted blanket, because it's not completely covered, but you'd say it's mostly covered. I don't know. That's just my Saturday thoughts. Let's get to your forecast today. We've got some rain out in western Oklahoma right now. Eric Carter coming into Lake Altus, near Altus right now. We're seeing a few light showers out there. Now, I think that this has a better chance of hitting the ground than what we're seeing farther out to the east, and we can really examine that here by looking at the humidity in this area. And that gives us a really good idea of if we're seeing rain at the ground. Let's check this out. Okay, here's your humidity. It's not terribly impressive for most of the state. Let's see if we can see this here. We've got some areas, ceiling, we've got Hollis. Okay, so if there was rain, I would expect it to be right along the Oklahoma-Texas state line out to the west, and then lower chances the farther east that you go. Do you see this area of just dry air right here? I think we're going to have a very tough time getting rain in this area. So if you see something on the radar, that doesn't mean it's necessarily hitting the ground. Okay, now Washington, Norman, there's some better humidity levels in this area, so maybe we could get some rain, squeeze out a sprinkler too, and south central Oklahoma as well. But here's the thing, either way, this will only be a light shower, maybe a few sprinkles here. I really don't think that we're going to see too much in terms of rain here. Not a ton to measure, maybe not even enough to need an umbrella this morning. We are attempting to see something in Oklahoma City, but let me change radars here. Yeah, and if we look closer to the surface here, we're not seeing anything in Oklahoma City. So maybe we have some rain in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but it's not actually reaching the ground. So what are we talking about here? Well, virga is what this is. It's actually really cool. We can Google some pictures in a minute if we have time. But what it means is it's raining in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but evaporates, all of that rain evaporates before it hits the ground. So let's say we were seeing some rain in Stillwater, and we're using our Oklahoma City radar. Well, what we're going to be seeing is really, really close to the surface in Oklahoma City. But the farther and farther and farther away we go, the higher and higher up in the atmosphere we're detecting. So, sure, we could be seeing some rain in Stillwater, but is that rain actually reaching the ground? Maybe a sprinkle, but for the most part, we'll be staying dry. So that's what we're seeing this morning, something called virga, which is one of the coolest, I think, phenomenons, or not even phenomenons, just events and weather, maybe the prettiest, maybe that's what I should say, because there's some cool weather phenomenons out there. Okay, let's get to your forecast now. We are seeing temperatures in the mid-40s right now. It's definitely a little bit cooler than it was about an hour ago. Temperatures were in the low 50s. I was pleasantly surprised whenever I walked out the door this morning. I needed a sweatshirt, but not a jacket. I think now you're probably going to want a jacket. We have a light wind coming from the south, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's a little bit stronger than what we saw earlier this morning as well. So that sun comes up and we're starting to see things change now. So hoodie this morning, maybe stick to long sleeves this afternoon. I think it'll be a pretty nice afternoon with temperatures in the 60s. And then the clouds will be clearing later on today, and we'll see some clearer skies later on this afternoon into the evening hours. I don't think we'll ever have a time that we're just completely clear, but I think we could go from mostly cloudy to partly cloudy later on. And the 60s, hey, that's about average for this time of the year. 63 is our average, 62 is our high today. Can't get better than that. Okay, taking a look at that football forecast. OU fans, OSU fans, wildly different temperatures here. Mid-50s for the OU game. Feels like fall. It kicks off at 6 o'clock in Norman today. Really, really average fall weather. I mean, this is your typical football weather right here. Later on, after the game, you're walking back to the car, it's in the upper 40s and low 50s. But for tailgating, you're in the 60s. Not too bad today. OSU UCF, 80s today. Yes, they played down in Central Florida, so it's in the mid to upper 80s, feeling like the low 90s in Florida today. They are setting some record high temperatures for being one of the hottest years on record in this area in Florida, in the whole Central Florida area. So they're just kind of sticking with that trend, and we've got some really warm temperatures this afternoon. Mid-80s for that game. I hope that the OSU athletes and anyone on the field today is hydrating, because we're not used to that hot weather here in Oklahoma anymore. That's something that we saw maybe a month ago. Even then, it's different, than what they're going to see down in Florida today. It's going to be humid down there. Like, the dew points are in the 70s. Like, it's going to feel very tropical. Okay, overnight lows tonight are back into the upper 30s, so it'll be colder tomorrow morning than it was this morning. And your daytime highs tomorrow will be warmer than today. Mid-60s in Oklahoma City, 69 up in Stillwater, 68 in Woodward, 68 in Enid. Very nice there. Tomorrow we've got temperatures in the mid-60s. And 65 seems to be a very popular number here because we use it 3 different times on the forecast, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Upper 60s and low 70s are expected by the middle of the work week. The 70s don't stick around very long. We see temperatures back into the 60s by next weekend with your next chance for rain. And there you go. There's your 5 plus 5 day forecast. Any questions this morning? Seth asks, how's it going? It's going great, Seth. Thanks for asking. Ready for another OU game day? Let's see. Oh, we have a birthday in here. Let's see, whose birthday is it? Nancy, happy birthday. 67 today. Everyone wish her a happy birthday. And yeah, Nancy, you're looking for some OSU UCF weather. Temperatures will be in the 80s for them today, and there's your summer. Terry says good morning. Elizabeth says good Saturday. We've got some great attitudes. Good morning, happy Saturday. It must be that gorgeous sunrise this morning. Okay, before I leave here, I want to show you some of these pictures of Virga, because I think it's pretty cool here. Okay, do you see what I mean here, where it's raining in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but it's evaporating before it gets to the ground? And it just kind of looks very wispy out there. So if you see this morning, send me your pictures, because I think this is so cool. Anyway, I'll get off of here. That's from Google. Okay, I'm going to leave you on your 5 plus 5 day. I've got an 8 o'clock show to get ready for here. So if you need more news and weather, we have an hour-long show from 8 to 9. You can watch it on your TV, on your ABC station. You can stream it at KOCO.com. We have a red bar at the top of the website, and we stream all of our shows there. And then, of course, you can watch it on our KOCO mobile app. The really cool thing about KOCO.com and the mobile app is that we will replay this show until the next show. So if you want to watch this show at noon or at 1 o'clock today, you can go back and watch that. Okay, have a phenomenal Saturday. See you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.